Albert, good news for Cam Newton. How did he become the NFL's newest $100 million man?
Well, Jamie, it certainly took some time. It's been over a year since he was eligible to get this deal, and obviously he wanted to wait until he was able to get market value, and it certainly looks like he's done that in getting a deal worth over $100 million in new money over 5 years. Comes in a little shy of what Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers got, but certainly a fair deal. And the key number here is the $67.6 million he got over the first 3 years of the deal. That, of course, is the important figure because that's the money that's coming to him quickest. And that number is a record for NFL players. So going forward, Cam Newton certainly is out front of the Carolina Panthers franchise. They feel comfortable with him as their leader going forward.
Albert, Cam does have a losing record as a starting quarterback. How difficult is it to give $100 million to someone who has not won a playoff game?
Well, there are two things that I would point out here, Jamie. First, on the financial side, he was due $14.67 million in 2015. Doing the deal now rather than waiting until after the year allows them to spread the cap hit out over a 6-year period rather than a 5-year period. So they get to manage things going forward, makes things a little easier on them from that standpoint. As for being convinced that he is the guy, just look at it this way. In 2013, the Panthers went to the playoffs, won the NFC South for the first time with Newton as their quarterback. Now, they did it with a veteran defense and with an offense that had a lot of veteran players coming back on it. In 2014, Brandon LaFell's gone, Steve Smith's gone, Ted Ginn Jr.'s gone. They lose their left tackle, Jordan Gross. There are a lot of moving parts up front on that offensive line. Then they get to the season, and that defense, which has already got a reworked secondary, oh yeah, they lose Greg Hardy, one of the best defensive players in football, and still they are able to become the first team in the 13-year history of the NFC South to repeat as division champs. That's one of the key things when you look at quarterbacks. You're going to go through personnel losses in the salary cap NFL. You're going to go through some pieces of adversity. How does the quarterback help lift all boats? And losing guys like Gross and LaFell and Ginn and Smith and Hardy and still being able to make the playoffs in large part because Cam Newton was able to help them weather the storm, a big part of the decision-making process here and why the Panthers are comfortable making Cam Newton the face of their franchise. Once again, after doing it in 2011, making him the first overall pick in the draft, doing it again with this big contract extension.